Hello, lights. I am back with Storytime Part 4. I told you guys I was not going to have you waiting forever, and I'm just going to suck on this Blowpop because Spirit needs some comfort right now. Spirit's not feeling good, and I'm waiting for my daughter. While we're out here trying to apartment hunt in Houston, which is not easy because everything is right now is hella expensive. But we found nice ones that she really liked, and I can get used to. It's fine. I just today I'm just not. Ugh, I just want to go home. But just to make some time go past, I don't have to think about this pain. I'm going to talk to you guys. Okay. When I got this apple blow pop, I hope it's good because I found that you know how you have stuff stuck inside like your consoles inside your car. Oh shoot, I can't even tell y'all the story. Here she go. I did not think she was coming back this early, but if she go check another part, I'll be back. It's so nice. It's nice. Okay, you guys, my daughter, she just went to another apartment. So what I'm gonna do is just jump right into the recap. Now in story time 1, my son was murdered. I met my husband, and basically we met in church, and 4 months later we were married. And in that in the first story time, basically he put his hands on me and ended up breaking my jaw while I was pregnant. Okay, I ended up losing my son. He did not make it through. He made it through the pregnancy, but he only lived for 4 hours, and I held him until he took his last breath. And then in story time 2, I was telling you guys about how my mother came up to the hospital, and she basically was there for me and convinced me to pull myself together so that I could make it to my son's funeral. And in story time 3, I somehow reconciled with my husband, and we end up leaving New Jersey and we moved to North Carolina, where I met one of my life friends that I met one of my friends that was basically let me see, what can I call her, because you know you learn everything is like a tree. You have friends that is like the tree stump, like like with the root of the tree, they're gonna always be there. They're gonna be there for the rest of your life. And then you got friends that are like branches, and sometimes the branches break off, you know. And then you got friends who are like leaves, where they are only there for a season. So I'm gonna say Stephanie was more of a branch because she was in my life for more than a season. And you guys will find that out in this story, which is unbelievable since she decided to have a hookup a couple of times with my husband, and in the last story had the nerve to want me and her to gang up on him because he was cheating on the both of us. And I finds out that he's cheating on me with her, and the whole time she kept telling me about this other girl, you know, and we looking for the girl, waiting for the girl, and the whole time it was her. But then she found out that he really was cheating with another female. And that's when she decided that she would tell me. Because, of course, she was upset, she was jealous, and she was mad. And, you know, okay, so that's the recap. This is just a small recap. So if you want to really uh, be in tune with Storytime 4, you probably should start from 1, 2, and 3 and then come back. I would love for you to come back and finish watching the rest of the story. Okay. I gotta have some of this lollipop because I need some comfort, you guys. My vagina hurt. I really do. And just so you guys don't think I'm crazy, the ones who have not seen my uh, last video, which was talking about the concussion, the Will Smith movie, it's that vlog is inside of there. The reason why I hurt. Now, when I left off the last time, me and my husband had this terrible, terrible fight. I was thinking about when I told y'all about the part where I punched him in his face and then I ran. I remember that moment. My heart literally fell out my chest. I was thinking to myself, oh, I'm about to get beat up. I hold till I was scared to death. But you know what? We fought. I fought, he fought, we fought. Okay. But at the end of that fight, I just knew that, okay, we was going he I told y'all he was on the floor and he admitted that he did sleep with Stephanie, and he said that Stephanie kept coming around him and was basically telling him she didn't like the way that I treated him. Now, I'm gonna say this, you guys. Yeah, I wasn't that compassionate or passionate towards him. A piece of me felt fear. And I'm the type of person, I don't like to feel fear of a person, you know, because once you start to feel fear, you don't feel love, you know. So, and I'm not going to get emotional now because this is not the time. I'm going to tell this story. I'm not going to get emotional, you guys, because you guys keep telling me to tell this story, and I keep trying to build myself up to be strong, to be able to tell y'all this story, because I just hope that it helped one person. One person. I don't care if you're male or female. If my story helped you, I'm happy. But okay. And I also di- didn't want to feel embarrassment because I felt at the time that I was weak. I took him back knowing that he broke my face and that he killed my son and that I have his boot print still in my stomach. You know, why, and even though my sisters was trying to talk me out of it, my mom kind of made me feel like it wasn't that bad, that he made a mistake and he's only human. And because I was married and I was so blessed to be married, that maybe I should not like be so quick to be giving up on him. And even though I was still very much attracted to him, I didn't feel in love with him anymore. I almost, well, I ain't even really like him anymore. Like I just, because I know what I saw when that person threw that punch in my face. When he hit me up, okay? And my face went like this. And I remember just seeing the blood just gushing out. Like literally the blood hit the ceiling of the place that we were staying in. And we had high ceilings. The blood just gushing out my mouth. And I lost so much blood that I fainted. Okay. And then he did this in front of my child, okay, which probably affected her later on because my daughter, for a long time, my baby girl that was with me, is just now getting married, okay? She could have been got married, but she didn't believe in marriage because of partial what she remembered. She just said in her mind that she was never going to get married, and she was holding on to that, And I believe the reason why she felt that way is because she remembered how much this man loved me and loved her, and she witnessed what he did to me, and it put some type of fear in her heart too. That's what I believe, you know. And so with that said, I just didn't treat him right. Like she was right. I wasn't nice to him like I should have been. And I guess that's not good either, to be in a relationship and be around friends, because you don't think that your friend would cross that line. You don't even think your sister would do that. Okay? But let me tell y'all something, honeys. Okay? I'm going to tell y'all right now. There are women, could be your sister, could be your best friend, could be your mama, will sleep with somebody that you love and respect and find a way to twist that thing around that is your fault. You just don't think something like that would happen. It happens. It happens. Now, with me and Stephanie, we were cool, man. Like we were like sisters. I really, really liked that Stephanie, even though she had a bunch of kids and she was loud and she was, different from me. You know what I'm saying? But I liked that her realness, and she didn't take no junk off nobody. And I felt like she had my back. Now, the one thing I didn't tell her that I do feel like maybe she wouldn't have slept with him if she had known what that man really did to me. But because I respected him as a person and I respected my marriage, that there's just some things you don't talk about, or you don't talk to people until you can really, really trust them. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that I didn't trust Stephanie at the time. The embarrassment, just the embarrassment. Because after you tell somebody that that happened to you, now you got to explain to them, why you with him? What's wrong with you? People start looking at you like you have no self-esteem. You have no respect for yourself because you with somebody that did all this horrible stuff to you. There's no explanation. How do you explain that to people? So I just didn't want to go there. So I went to North Carolina with him for a fresh start with our marriage. And just, if I didn't bring it up, nobody talked about it, I didn't have to explain it. And I thought about that for a long time. And I felt like, dang, I should have told her. But eventually, she probably would have learned what happened to me because she became a really, really close friend. Now, the thing about Stephanie was that she looked out for me when I was in North Carolina. When I was low on maybe, cash or food or, just having someone to talk to, she was there for me, because she had family all through North Carolina and they were there for her. You know what I'm saying? So to have somebody look out for me that didn't even know me and love my daughter, that meant a lot to me. So after he did tell me and admitted it, my mind, it took a lot for me not to go and I literally want to Stephanie up, okay? I really did. Like, I knew I had the strength to kill her. And what built up in me, a lot of times when our husbands and our boyfriends cheat, we don't have the strength to whoop their tail, but we can show whoop that heifer tail on the side. The side chick get the beat down. Do you hear me? We can do that. And it's a shame because really it's not even their fault that you shouldn't be mad with them. Like, seriously, because if the man cheated, he was never yours. That's the way I see it. He was never mine. He didn't care about me. He didn't love me. He just didn't have me in have me in his heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna speak the truth. I know it hurts, but it's the truth. I had to learn it the hard way. I'm not gonna sugarcoat for you. When a man cheats on you, the first thing we do is we want to beat up the side chick. Beat, find a way to put some baby oil all over the floor, let him slip around, take a belt, and whoop his ass. I saw that in a movie once. But anyway, I'm being silly. I'm sorry, you guys. No, I'm just being silly. But anyway, that's what I wish I could have done. And shoot, I wish I could have whooped his tail. Like not with the buckle handle. I wish I could have whooped his tail just for everything, like everything. Then you cheat on me with my friend. Like ew, really? Oh, disgusting. And then I was thinking about how Stephanie be telling me about her sexual life and all of this stuff. And then I just, oh my God, just the thought, just the thought of him hugging her, holding her, kissing her. I don't even want to see the rest, but just the thought of it just was disgusting and it pissed me off. Anyway, I gotta move on now. Excuse me, I'm freaking mad. I'm freaking mad now. Oh Lord. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys. I'm so sorry. I got this so freaking messed up. But anyway. I didn't even have a chance for him. Like, how do I have a chance? Like, give up my whole life. And not just a stranger sleep with him, somebody that I cared about. You know, I didn't even have a chance. So let me move on from that. I had to figure out how was I going to get from underneath him. Now he was going to work late. He was using my car. He was dropping me off. He was picking me up. He was taking me to the grocery store. And this went on for about 3 weeks. And we barely was speaking. Like, we didn't even kiss no more. We didn't hold hands, none of that. And he was saying, you know, when you're ready to forgive me, I will wait on you. Like, I don't want to hurt you anymore. I don't want you mad with me anymore. But I will wait until you're ready to deal with me again, you know. And he was kind to me the whole 3 weeks, but every single day I thought about, I need to get out of this. I need to leave him. It's over. It's done with. But my daughter's back in the car, so I'm going to have to end this story with, let me just tell you guys what I did. I went down to a shelter, which was in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I didn't have to go through a lot. They told me all I had to do was make it down there. And they had a bed for me and my daughter. And I waited till one night that he was out, like, drinking, hanging with family, and really, really tired. It was a Sunday morning, okay? I already had pre-packed a lot of my little things that I was going to take with me. I had to leave everything behind because there was just no way to get it without getting into a fight with him and not knowing what's going to happen. And, you know, I didn't want to take a chance on this time, you know, him hurting me to the point where there's no recovery. So while he was asleep, it was real hot, a summer night. It was so freaking hot. Like, when you breathe, you sweat it. I put the car in neutral and I let it kind of roll a little bit, and it definitely rolled. And I didn't get too far, but it rolled enough where it wasn't directly in front of the house. And I woke my daughter up in the middle of the night, and I put her in the car with her blanket and everything. And I had worked, and that week before, I did not cash my paycheck. I kept it. And I told him that I did pay the rent. I didn't pay the rent. I didn't pay the rent for the place. I didn't pay none of the bills. I kept my paycheck. And I picked up my last paycheck that Friday, okay? And I had 2 paychecks. Now, My only problem was I was in North Carolina and I didn't have no more money. And what I did was I started the car and I drove off and I never looked back. But I'm going to tell you what I did. It was a small bank that was in town that I cashed my paychecks at. I parked behind the bank and I stayed there until the morning, until that bank opened. I stayed in my car with my daughter until the bank opened. And then when that morning came, I went underneath the carport of the bank, you know, where you put your money through the slot and get it cashed. Before they could open up the blinds, I was sitting there waiting for them to open. And I'll be back. You guys, don't kill me. I'll be back with part 5 real soon. But I can't tell you right now because my daughter is hot and tired and she's so excited about the apartment system. See you later, you guys. I'm going to tell y'all this real quick while my daughter's in the store. During the 3 weeks that I was trying to figure out what I was going to do and how I was going to get away, I still basically worked. And Stephanie came to my job one day and she was comfortable with coming up there because, first of all, I did find the job through Stephanie because she knew somebody who knew that they needed help. So that's how I had got the job. And one day she came up to the burger joint and she was not leaving until we talked. And she basically, you know, was crying and she was upset and she was hurt and she was saying that she's more hurt that, you know, I no longer want to be her friend and I don't want to hear what had happened. Now, she tried to explain to me that she didn't mean to fall for Tyson. It just kind of happened and she started really liking him. And, you know, things just started kind of like, you know, progressing from there. And, you know, she still want us to be friends. So, you know, even though I didn't talk to her that day, she came back up to my job like the following week and just to see how my daughter was doing and to see what was going on with me. And I told her that basically I lied to her. I told her that me and Tyson was basically leaving and we didn't know where we was going from there. But I was moving and she asked me could she have an address to be able to contact me. So what I did was hey guys, I'm sorry about that. But I'm trying to get this story in because I'm not going to be feeling good because of what I went through. And I know you guys really want this story up, so I want to make sure I get it in. So yeah. So she, you know, she explained to me, you know, her situation with Tyson and everything. And I told her that we can never really be like sister friends anymore. These queso chips, girl. Pop up on them. I had to taste them before. Can you see them? They're really good. Oh, sun's in my eyes. It's really sunny out here right now. I'm kind of hungry, so I'm tired. I just want to go home. So I gave her my mom's address and told her just write me and I'll be in contact. And that was it for her for a little while.